Well, I am truly screwed. I've been living without solar power for some time, simply because I can't figure out what batteries to buy. And I've gotten different answers on that. I've made videos, my whole system, and people tell me I should get stuff that I would have to then rewire the system, which I don't know how to do, to use a different kind of battery. And I need to call the company of the batteries I can actually get, that I can order, and ask them what batteries is it that I need. And then need to buy one more panel. My system has a maximum of 500 watts it can handle because of the way it's wired. It was wired wrong. And I came to town. I brought all my shit. I brought my computer, my battery pack I'm using, and I was hoping to use somebody's Wi-Fi here and charge my stuff up, but town has no power. They haven't had it since yesterday morning at 10 a.m. and they still don't have it today. So that might get fixed, and I might be able to come up with a solution here, but that involves walking a long way with some heavy stuff on a trail, and so that's not ideal. And this is not rocket science stuff, but it's very hard for me to get things. I can't get things delivered to my house, so I have to have them sent to a hotel in town. And I keep getting requests for people who want to stay at my house for free, but I don't even have enough money to support myself, and I can't like adopt someone, and they say how cool they are, but they're not cool enough to be able to pay anything. And they never talk about raising money to pay for their stay or their involvement. They want daddy to do that. They want me to be their daddy. They want me to provide them with a job and a life. And some of them are older folks who are going to, have health problems, and I don't even have a vehicle, so it's not really safe to have them be at my place. And I think the last time anybody paid to stay at my place was 5 years ago. A couple paid like $30 a night, and they didn't have to do anything for that. I gave them lots of fun activities. I have lots of toys and things to play with, and one guy was making music, and I lent them a video camera so they could do some dance video things, and there's just so much cool opportunities that could happen there. And so many people have come and had a good time in the past, and I didn't charge them enough to survive. So I know that if I have people, I lose money, and I have no money left to lose. So I'm screwed. And I have a lot more I want to create. I have lists of videos I want to make, and I want to do a step-by-step on how to build a composting toilet and some related systems. I could start a building program that would be really great. I have teachers. But I'm just really burned out, and I don't trust anyone anymore. There's an organization of people who are selling information a lot. They charge for everything. You can't, they produce nothing without charging for it. So I don't really trust anyone anymore. And I thought, can I make a form that people fill out that, can check and see if our values are similar? Because most of the requests I get for people that want to come live here, they don't even have like a filled out profile. The vast majority are completely anonymous. They don't even have a photo, and they say, oh, I'm really helpful, I'm really great. And they just want to stay. And I know what'll happen is that if they come, they'll have found their hippie paradise, and they'll want to live there forever for free. I mean, why wouldn't they, right? Except I can't do that anymore. And they get really angry if you tell them to leave, too. So if I do accept anyone for a short period of time and then tell them to go, then they're super angry because I've stolen something from them. I've stolen their free magic life. But I don't have a free magic life. And I could do a crowdfunding thing. and actually contact everybody I know and say, if you can give anything, great. And if people want to do that, then I could restart the project. But as it is, I don't see any way I can have contact with anyone because I end up losing every single time. A guy visited me yesterday, but he was really drunk, like so much that he wasn't fun to talk to. And so he's not a useful guy. And, you know, there is local labor available, and I'd rather just hire people to do work and do things because that's a more simple relationship. And they have their own housing, and they have their own families, and I don't have to take care of every part of their life. I just, you know, have them come and do some work I need done, and then pay them, and they go. That's a normal arrangement. But I really have lost faith in humanity at this point. Online, everybody hates the other side. You know, even though both sides are responsible for making a horrible empire that's murdered people all of my life, and prior to that as well. You know, bombing people, killing people, doing covert operations, training terrorists around the world. I come from the USA, and the USA trains a lot of terrorists that they end up having to fight later. And they train police forces, which then become part of organized crime. And it's just like, it seems hopeless. And people talk about the environment, but they don't care about it. They're not going to do anything about it. They're just going to consume as much as they can until they destroy the earth. And civilization will collapse, and most people will die. And in that process, I don't want to be the person that people think of to say, oh, I'll go live with that guy. And some people have said that. That's their survival plan. It isn't to take care of themselves or anyone else. It's to look for someone else to take from. And some of them are actually dangerous people, and that's their plan. I'm on various survival groups and prepping groups, and some people's plan is actually to just find out who has the stuff. They're making lists now of who's prepping, and their goal is to just survive by stealing, which eventually won't work either, because they'll run out of shit to steal, and they'll die too. So, I don't know. I don't think I can make a forum good enough to figure out who's good and bad. And I thought of a pretty creative idea of creating a training space for people where they could meet each other, people who want to set up communities together, because there's massive benefits to working with others and recreating extended families and creating businesses and planting and creating products. And there's so much that can be done, but apparently I have to do it all. Nobody sent a business plan. Nobody said what they would do. And that's the hard part. It's not the doing of it. It's not dinking around in the garden. Everybody thinks I need garden help. And it's like, well, the forest takes care of itself. I mean, I don't have to do any gardening. But they enjoy doing it. They just want to have a good time. That's their only motivation. And they want to make sure that they don't pay anything for it. Kind of sucks.